Hi little peoples, welcome to 5th standard science online class. Today we will discuss about the topic energy in lesson number 9, force and energy. What is energy? The ability to do work is called energy. There are many forms of energy. We will discuss a few here. First one is heat energy. Burning fuels such as coal, LPG and kerosene releases heat energy. In our homes, we use heat energy to cook food. Second one is light energy. Light energy helps us to see things around us. Example, electric bulb, lamp, tube light and candle are some sources of light energy. The sun is also a source of light energy. Next one, mechanical energy. Energy that an object has because of its position or its movement is called mechanical energy. The water stored behind a dam has potential energy which gets converted to kinetic energy as the water falls from a height. Next one, electrical energy. Appliances such as electric bulb, tube light, radio, television, computer and washing machine use electrical energy. Electrical energy is generated at power stations and supplied to our homes. Next one, wind energy. Power of the moving air, that is wind, is utilized with the help of windmills to generate electrical energy. Next, sound energy. Portable audio players, television, radio and loudspeakers are sources of sound energy. Musical instruments such as guitar and tabla also produce sound energy. Next one, solar energy. The energy that we get from the sun is called solar energy. It is used to provide heat, light, hot water and electricity. Next one, geothermal energy. The energy that we get from the heat of the earth is called geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is used to generate electricity. So the next is renewable and non-renewable energy. Energy that can be renewed or replenished, or we can say as recreated over a period of time is called renewable energy. Examples of renewable energy are solar energy, wind energy, geothermal energy, water, forest, wildlife, etc. That is, these all can be recreated again. They can be regained again. So next one is energy that cannot be recreated or renewed over a period of time is called non-renewable energy. Examples are energy obtained from fossil fuels such as coal and petroleum, because it takes millions of years for their formation. So this is all about energy. Next we will see about some simple machines. In our everyday life, we use various tools to make our work easier. For example, a pair of scissors, a pair of tongs, a wheelbarrow, etc. All these tools are called machines. So what is a machine? A machine can be defined as a tool that makes our work easier by helping us overcome a larger force by applying lesser force. Here the larger force is called the load and the lesser force is called the effort. Now machines can be simple and complex. What is a simple machine? A simple machine uses a single applied force to overcome a single force. A complex machine consists of two or more simple machines working together. So there are 6 types of simple machines. They are lever, wheel and axle, pulley, inclined plane, screw and wedge. So first let's see about lever. What is a lever? A lever is a rigid rod arranged in such a manner that it can move freely around a fixed point. It consists of the following 3 parts: fulcrum, load and effort. So what is a fulcrum? This is a fixed point around which the rod moves. And what is a load? It is the object on which work is to be performed. Next is effort. What is the effort? It is the force that needs to be applied on the rod in order to perform a task. Based on the position of these three parts, levers can be further classified into three types. They are first class lever, second class lever, and third class lever. What is a first class lever? In a first class lever, the fulcrum is located in between the load and the effort. So this type of levers are called first class lever. So the examples of first class levers are a pair of scissors, seesaw, and a crowbar. Now look at the picture. The fulcrum is situated in between, and we have to put the effort on one side, and the load where we have to cut a paper or anything, that is the load. Okay, so this is a simple first class lever machine. Next, second class lever. The levers in which the load is located between the fulcrum and the effort are called second class or class 2 levers. So the examples of a second class lever are a wheelbarrow, a bottle opener, and a nut cracker. Now again look at the picture. We can see the load is in between the effort and the fulcrum. Effort means the pressure or the force that we apply. Okay, that is called the effort. Fulcrum is the joining of the two rods. Okay, so you just see the picture, you can somewhat understand. Okay, so in a second class lever, the load is in between the fulcrum and the effort. Okay, so next one is third class lever. Levers in which the effort is located in between the fulcrum and load are called third class or class 3 levers. So here the effort is in between the fulcrum and load. So examples of third class levers are a stapler pin, a stapler, that is a pair of tongs, and a fishing rod. You see the picture again. You can see we put the effort in between, okay, to carry a load in a pair of tongs. Okay. So next is wheel and axle. So next is a wheel and axle. This is also a simple machine. This simple machine consists of a wheel rigidly attached to a rod called axle. Okay, when a wheel is attached to a rod, what is the name of the rod? Axle. So a wheel and an axle consist of a wheel rigidly attached. What is the meaning of rigidly? Tightly attached to a rod is called wheel and axle. When the wheel is rotated, the axle also rotates. So examples of a wheel and axle are screwdriver, a doorknob, and the steering wheel of a car. So this is a simple again machine called wheel and axle. So next one is a pulley. So pulley is again a simple machine. A pulley consists of a wheel with a grooved rim. Okay, so the grooved rim, a rope, a chain or a belt running around the grooves. The wheel rotates around a stationary axle. A pulley can be of two types. They are fixed and movable. So the pulley are of two types. They are fixed pulley and movable pulley. So what is a fixed pulley? In a fixed pulley, the axle of the pulley is fixed to some kind of support such as a hook or a wall, and one end of the rope is attached to the load. And this type of pulley changes the direction of the force and makes work easier. It is used to lift a bucket of water from a well and to raise a flag to the top of a flagpole. So next one is a movable pulley. So in a movable pulley, the axle is not fixed to any kind of support. It is free and movable. The load is directly attached to the pulley. This type of pulley helps to lift heavy loads with lesser effort than a fixed pulley. This is actually used in combination with a fixed pulley. For example, a crane uses both fixed and movable pulleys to lift heavy loads. Okay. So the next simple machine is inclined plane. So A slope or a flat surface raised at an angle to move heavy loads with less effort is called an inclined plane. All machines are used only to make humans make less effort. Okay. Examples of inclined planes are ramps in hospitals and slides in a playground. So next one is wedge. So what is a wedge? This is also a simple machine which is formed when two inclined planes are joined together such that one end is sharp and the other is blunt. It is used to cut things. For example, a knife and axe. So these are examples of a wedge. So the last simple machine that we are going to see is screw. So a screw is another type of an inclined plane. It is formed when an inclined plane wraps around a straight rod-like structure. A screw has a spirally grooved surface with a pointed end. It is used to hold things together. The attaching end of some light bulbs is an example of a screw. We use screws to join two wooden planks together strongly. Okay, so with this, we have finished the lesson number 9. Students, don't forget to read the lesson. And in the next class, we'll see the let's remember and book exercises. Okay, bye.